Alright, let's dive into something that's been blowing my mind lately. You know those people in their 60s or 70s who look like they've got the energy of someone half their age. They're not hitting the gym, they're not following some crazy workout plan, and yet, they are fit. Like, actually fit. Here's the kicker, it's not luck. It's not genetics. It's something way more interesting, and honestly, way more achievable. It's called NEAT, or non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Sounds fancy, right? But what it really means is all the little movements we do throughout the day that aren't formal exercise. Walking, gardening, even fidgeting. And here's the wild part, for most people, NEAT burns way more calories than their gym sessions. Think about that for a second. What if the secret to staying fit isn't about adding exercise, but about not removing movement from your life in the first place? Personally, I think this flips the whole fitness narrative on its head. We are so obsessed with workouts and gym routines that we forget movement is supposed to be a natural part of life. Take cooking, for example. If you're like me, you might think of it as a chore, but these folks? They're standing, chopping, stirring, it's a full-body workout without even trying. And here's what's fascinating, they're not doing it for fitness. They're doing it because they enjoy it, because it's part of their daily purpose. That's the key. Their movement isn't something they have to do, it's something they get to do because it's tied to something meaningful. One thing that immediately stands out is how much we've outsourced movement in modern life. We order groceries instead of walking to the store. We pay for cleaning services instead of doing it ourselves. Don't get me wrong, convenience is great, but what are we losing in the process? I mean, if you take a step back and think about it, we've basically engineered movement out of our lives and then turned around and called it exercise. It's like we've created a problem and then sold ourselves the solution. What many people don't realize is that by doing everything ourselves, cooking, cleaning, gardening, we are not just burning calories, we are building a life that's inherently active. Here's another detail I find fascinating. The people who stay fit without trying aren't making choices every time they move. It's not, should I take the stairs today? It's just, they take the stairs. It's a default. And that's huge. Willpower is a finite resource, and once you've used it up, you're done for the day. But habits? Defaults? Those don't require willpower. They just happen. If you ask me, that's the real secret sauce. It's not about motivation, it's about architecture. Build a life where movement is the default, and you don't have to think about it. What this really suggests is that fitness isn't just about what you do, it's about how you live. Take gardening, for instance. It's not just a hobby, it's squatting, lifting, bending, all while being outside and enjoying nature. And because it's something they love, they've been doing it for decades. Consistency, my friends, is the name of the game. And what predicts consistency? Enjoyment. If you're not enjoying your movement, how long are you really going to stick with it? This raises a deeper question. What if we stopped treating fitness like a separate task and started seeing it as part of our purpose? These folks aren't just moving to stay fit. They're moving because their garden matters, their family matters, their community matters. Their body isn't just a tool for exercise, it's a tool for living. And that's what keeps it strong and capable. In my opinion, that's the biggest takeaway here. It's not about adding more to your plate, it's about reimagining what's already on it. So, here's my closing thought. What if we stopped chasing workouts and started chasing purpose? What if we built lives where movement isn't something we have to squeeze in, but something that naturally happens because we are living fully? I'm not saying it's easy, modern life is designed to keep us still. But if these folks in their 60s and 70s can do it, why can't we? Maybe, just maybe, the secret to fitness isn't in the gym. It's in how we choose to live. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, I'd love to hear your take on this.